So in this short video, I will share my impressions on the recently opened train route between Vilnius and Tallinn, and it will be kind of an exception that it will be in English language in case this would be interesting to my Estonian friends or maybe just about anyone else thinking about taking this option. I do travel between Vilnius and Tallinn occasionally on business, and usually I'm flying because there is an infrequent but convenient direct flight service both in the morning and in the evening, both ways. And normally flying time there is around 50 minutes, and both Vilnius and Tallinn airports are really kind of small and chill, and you can get in and out very quickly, especially comparing to other capital cities. Now this time I only booked one-way ticket flight from Vilnius to Tallinn because on the return flight there were no direct flights, and I had an option to either spend 5 or 6 hours in Riga or Helsinki. So I got to check out the new Vilnius airport terminal, and I arrived in Tallinn after midnight, checked into airport hotel, and only had time to kind of iron my non-iron shirt and go to sleep. And then 2 days later it was time for a train ride home. I enjoyed some nice breakfast in the hotel, packed my bag, filled my water bottle, which was by the way a very good idea because there were no easy refills on the at least Estonian part of the journey. Called a taxi and arrived into the train station around 20 minutes before departure, and 20 minutes was plenty of time to kind of find the train and settle in. And one important / interesting thing is that when you buy a ticket from LTG Link, your seat is only assigned for the non-Estonian part of the journey. So on this Estonian leg, seats are not assigned. And another quirk is that, for example, I would have gone for the first class ticket, but this was not even an option. And when I had to buy a ticket, I had exactly 4 seats to choose from, and only in the second class. So I assumed that the train was nearly full. But now, after actually having the trip, I just think it probably was some sort of arbitrary restriction. The seats on the Elron trains are nice and new, but there's no power sockets and the legroom is very limited. Now, the train itself is actually very new, and you can see that it's quite new. It's this straddler, and it's 3-unit, I think, DMU, or maybe it's electrified, I don't even know. So a quick intermission for train enthusiasts. So I think my train was Stadler Flirt 3-car DMU, which has 1340 kilowatts and maximum top speed of 160 kilometers per hour. But quite nice new train. Actually, first class is extremely small, so I don't know, maybe 12 seats or something like that. Overall, there's not many seats on the train. So part of the trip from Tallinn to, I believe, Valga, there is no assigned seating. So from Valga to Vilnius, actually you get a seat number, and that's your seat. And here it's just, sit wherever you want in your class. The other thing here is actually that the seats are incredibly uncomfortable, especially to work on. So I expect that I will do some sort of work, plan the next trips and so on, and I have to kind of keep the PC on my lap. There is no sort of a small table that kind of pulls out, and there is not even a place to put a water bottle. So and again, it's a good thing that I have a seat next to me free, otherwise it would be too uncomfortable. So overall, this is clearly a regional train. This is not a train for long journeys between the countries. So, and that kind of feels like it. Again, nothing wrong with the train, but again, it's not designed for 10-hour long trips. I can already feel that after sitting here an hour and a half and essentially not being able to move too much, not being able to kind of use my laptop almost. So yeah, one sort of annoying thing, by the way, is that I noticed that almost everywhere outside of the all the town areas, there is no proper mobile internet connection in Estonia. So I'm using Tele2, Telekaks in Estonian. But yeah, and basically in the in those sort of station towns, and kind of actually were able to get a signal. But we move outside to this kind of a forest area, and yeah, like it shows 3G, and basically the websites were not loading. And good thing that they have actually this in train Wi-Fi that shows 5G, and it actually works really well. But again, I expected just to use my mobile data, and like that thing doesn't properly work. So it does look like a Estonian sort of trains here designed for Estonians, although there are some English signs as well. So a toilet review. You click this. Locks it up, and here it is. Quite nice and clean. Nothing to complain about. Right, so I have arrived in Valga, which is Valga in Estonian, Valka in Latvian. So it's like 3.5 hours, and it wasn't the smoothest ride, but it was actually not bad. Last hour I actually took a conference call on Microsoft Teams, and yeah, it wasn't great, to be honest. Like it was constantly interrupting. There was nowhere to place computer, so like it I mean, the second class of this Estonian railways, it was not good. It was not a good sort of option to work. And I would probably have bought a first class ticket, but as I said, it's quite similar price. But there's like, I don't know, 12, 16 first class seats there only in this train, so like they were just not available. So, okay, so a quick intermission about this Lithuanian train. So that's PESA 730M. So that's a Polish-made diesel multiple unit train. It has 3 cars, and I don't have the power figures, but it's supposedly capable of going 140 kilometers an hour. Okay, so I'm now for an hour here in this train, and let me give you some sort of thoughts about how this compares to the Estonian experience overall. So I will try to kind of give this in some sort of a shit sandwich. So good thing, bad thing, good thing, bad thing. So let's start with the sort of seats. I think the seats are good. There is definitely much more space for feet in this train. Also, the nice thing is there's a tray table, and there is space to put your water bottle or something else. That's great. That was not there and really was missing in the Estonian train. Now, good and bad thing is that there is a power outlet. Well, the one that's shared between 2 seats, but the bad thing is that it actually doesn't work. I thought it might be the case that where maybe it was moving, maybe alternator was off while we are, waiting to move, and then we started moving and it still doesn't work. So hours since we left, this outlet never worked. I think I was doing good thing, bad thing, good thing, bad thing. So I don't remember like it was am I on a good or bad thing, but yeah, it generally feels more spacious than the Estonian train on the Estonian side. Like it is now on the bad side. So there is a electric heater, but it doesn't work, and you know, majority of people in this train they are sitting with their coats on, and yeah, because it's quite cold. I don't know, like it's -5 maybe outside, like, and you know, like, why not turn on heating? Like, are they turning it on like when it's -20 only? I don't know, like it sounds weird. Like there is no reason for this radiator not to be on at you know, in the middle of February. Now the final thing is that I'm not sure but it's visible on the camera, but like how dirty is this window? There are actually paintings on the window because it's all covered in dirt. Like how hard is it to just, you know, to clean the window? Like it's a train, you know, advertisement is about enjoying the scenery, but all I can see is just mud on the window. Okay, a small sort of review about the toilet in LTG Link train. So, I don't know, looks okay, it's all fine, unremarkable, but not too dirty and actually very, very spacious. So I had to put on a jacket because it's well, it's fucking freezing. It's yeah, it's middle of the winter. You see everywhere snow, and there are radiators in this train, but they are freezing cold. So I wonder, are they waiting for a super winter to come, or what? Like, there was one other person in this train that was not wearing a jacket, and he also put on a jacket a couple of minutes ago. So yeah, it's still like 5 hours to go, so it's going to be really, really difficult, I guess. So it has been over 7 hours since the start of the trip, and I'm now en route from Jelgava to Joniškis. And you will see that I kind of changed both my seating, and I also did order some food and drink, warm drink. So yeah, I will eat this and come back and give explanation of what happened. Alright, so what sort of happened? So essentially after we left Estonia, I did some work on the laptop, and I noticed that after a while, I don't know, hour and a half, I kind of found myself frozen because the temperature in this carriage was really, really low. So it's not like I was, like, you know, running around back and forth like those attendants. I was just sitting in one place without any moving. So like low temperatures, you know, they really sort of get you there. Anyway, at Riga, I brought this to the attention that to one of the attendants that, you know, the heating system is completely not working. The radiators are completely cold, and well, he was just, oh yeah, it's automatically, you know, shuts down when the temperature reaches like 22 degrees. I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? Like, everyone around us is wearing winter coats inside the train. There were people like myself who, you know, were not wearing winter jackets and coats, but had to put them on because it's such a low temperature inside. And we're like, oh yeah, once like temperature is 22, like, and so it's like not working. It's obviously not the case. So anyway, he was a quite, you know, reasonable guy, so he asked like, okay, maybe we'll go and check on it, and you know, then he just walked away and never came back, and nothing changed. But I think after leaving Riga, so this Lithuanian crew checked in, so there was a nice Lithuanian lady, and I also talked to her, and she said that yeah, it might be that this heating system is not heating the whole train sort of at the same temperature. So, and she said, like, the train is mostly empty, so just find another seat. So I kind of just walked a bit up front to the higher section of the train and found this nice area. Yeah, one thing I really noticed is that there is a very large temperature gradient between the lower and the higher sections of the train. So the train is not on the same level. So there were some of the carriages are lower than the others, and the ones that are up, there is a noticeable sort of a difference in temperature, although the radiators are not working in all of them. Anyway, so I found this nice table for 4, and I'm the only one here, and it's very nice. And I ordered some tea and some sandwich, warm sandwich, kind of a warm up. Warm sandwich was by a company called Mantinga, who makes a lot of sandwiches. They sell it in the gas stations and supermarkets, and yeah, they make some good stuff. So it was very good sandwich. And well, now I'm sitting in 2 rows, and there's 2 more electric sockets next to me. One is here, the other was my row, and you might be wondering, are they working? And the answer is no, they are not working. So 3 out of 3 sockets that I tried are not working, and I guess it might be an issue with their with the train electrical system. That might also explain why the heating is not working. But yeah, if you were out of juice on your phone and you did not have a power bank, then yeah, this would not work. So I had this thermocup that I brought from home, and they were actually really nice enough to make the tea inside the thermocup, and I think even gave me like 10% discount. And well, it's really good because otherwise you get like 200 milliliters of some sort of a miniature cup, like a shot of tea, and tea is not supposed to be espresso or vodka, so like shot of tea is kind of meaningless to me. So I want a big jug of tea, and they were nice enough to make it. Yesterday I did a presentation for the Kyrgyzstani tax authority representatives in Tallinn, and their head of the tax authority gave me this beautiful hat, and I thought it was going to be excellent thing for wearing in sauna, but it's also very good to wear in a cold train. Mes atvažiavome į Šiaulius ir kas yra stebėtinai, radiatorius pradėjo šildyti, kas yra wow. Ir iš karto iš tikrųjų pasijuto, kad radiatorius pradėjo šildyti. Tas labai faina. Nežinau, kodėl negalėjau jungti anksčiau, bet jo. Labai faina. Okay, overall, so what do I think about this journey? It makes little sense to travel from Vilnius to Tallinn and vice versa the whole journey, because there are so much more convenient and faster routes, both by plane, and also bus is quite a bit faster than the train itself. Comparing Estonian train and the Lithuanian train, so Estonian train is newer, but it's also a commuter train, and it's not optimized for longer journeys. And Lithuanian train, it has the potential of being a more convenient train for longer journeys, but there were these issues with the lack of heating and also power outlets not working throughout the whole 7-hour journey. So that just seemed that they were not prepared very well.
And I want to say special big thanks to attendant Diana, who was extremely nice and helpful and made this Lithuanian part of the train ride so much more comfortable and nicer than it would have been otherwise. So thanks, Diana, you were great.